namaskar to everyone. A very, very good morning to everyone. Since this is the last session, Dr. Rama, I would like to do it in a very interesting way. It will be more interesting if everyone participate wholeheartedly in this session. I have a couple of videos and some stories with to share with all of you to put forth my agenda on ethics and values. Usually, we do 5 day program only on ethics and values, and I normally find that 5 days are not enough. This topic is so wide and very, very close to my heart. First of all, I like to know from all of you, are you able to listen to me very clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, Samir Saab. So, my dear friends, as I mentioned the other day on Wednesday, also, I don't come to my class to teach you anything, but to share my experiences and to learn from your experience. And that will happen only when you will be interacting with me during this session. I am a little selfish person that I come to class not to teach, but to learn, to grab things from all of you. To start with the session, as I mentioned, we have some stories and some videos here with me. I like to start my session with a story. That story is Jewels Under the Saddle. You can see it on the screen also. Uh, this story की मैं थोड़ी सी background, I would like to give you some background about this story. I belong to a village in Punjab, which is very close to the borders of Haryana and Rajasthan. And at one time, it was almost a desert, or you can say semi-desert area. And the only means of transport used to be and camels. And the means of transport used to be camels. And camel was a very integral part of the whole society. Like today, if you find cars, scooters, bicycles, buses, trains, all those things are very, very, integral part of us. Can you imagine a life without a car or a scooter in your home? I mean, that kind of a thing. So we couldn't imagine life without the camels. And I remember my childhood days from Patiala onwards, which is 65 kilometers from here, and my village is another about 65 kilometers from there. Uh, we used to find a desert-like scene there. The only crops used to be kala chana and cotton. Cotton used to be there in my village. But now, if my grandfather or great grandfather they come back to the life, they will be amazed to see that we are growing wheat and we are growing paddy also even in that region. That thanks to the technology of canals, which has revolutionized the crop patterns in our area also. So, my dear friends, to cut the whole story short, this story is about the camel and camel seller and a merchant who purchases the camel. I would like to have one volunteer who is going to read the slides with me. All of you can read, but I would like to have one volunteer who will unmute and read the slides for me and for everyone. Yes? Who's going to read the slides for everyone? One volunteer. Yes, please. I want somebody to unmute and say, okay, I am ready to read the slides. Simple thing. One volunteer who's going to read the slides.
Yes, sir, I can read.
Okay, Narayan Paul. Narayan Paul जी आप कहाँ से हैं?
I am from Agartala, Tripura, sir.
दोबारा से बोलिए सर.
It's Tripura. Agartala, Tripura, not in northeast.
Okay, northeast से हैं आप. Okay, very good.
Yes.
Let me increase the volume of my PC here. So, Narayan ji, आप over to you for the story. But let me share one thing with all of you. I have listened to this story number of times from my granny, and then in my childhood days, whenever we used to have summer vacation or winter vacation, I used to go to my village, and my granny, my dadi ji used to tell me this story, and she must have narrated this story number of times to me. Much later, when I was taking this session, this story came to my mind, and I prepared the slides. And in my PPTs, I normally select the images very carefully. And this story was so touching. And if it touches you, please do share this story with your friends, your family members, your students. And this is basically an essence of all the values and ethics in the life which we are talking about. A very important story. And there is a incentive for you to pay attention to this story. Mr. Narayan is going to have three apples today. As an old Irish saying goes, three apples fell from a tree, one for him who tells the story. So Narayan, Paul is going to tell the story. He's going to get one apple, one for him who reads and listen to the story. So all of you are entitled for one apple because you are going to read and listen. And since Narayan is going to tell the story and read also, so he's got two apples and one for him who understands. And I pray that all of you try to understand this story. So Paul is going to get three apples. You are entitled for two apples. One apple you will get when you will tell this story to your friends, to your colleagues, to your class fellows. So, are you ready, sir?
Yes, sir.
You can unmute your video also if you want to. That way, we will have better interactions
Uh,
if it is convenient for you.
actually, sir, the connectivity is not so good here over here, so I'm not just trying to just turn on my video.
Okay, okay. It's
I don't.
perfectly fine for us. Okay. Okay, over to Narayanji now.
Sir, shall I continue, sir?
Yes, please.
Uh, the story goes on like, once upon a time, what happened did happen, or you would not be hearing this story. A merchant on a casual jaunt, which means a short excursion or journey made for pleasure, through a market, came across a fine specimen of a camel for sale. The merchant and the camel seller, both skilled negotiators, struck a hard bargain. The camel seller, pleased with his skill of warming, worked subtly or gradually, that it means, uh, out that what he felt was a very good price. Started with his camel, and merchant chuffed that he had struck a fantastic bargain. Proudly walked home with the latest addition to his large livestock.
So there was a market where the camels were being sold. Now also we are having markets where we buy the kettles. So and there's one merchant. He bought a camel and he came home and gave to his servant that this is the new camel which I have bought from the market.
Now it continues. On arriving home, the merchant called to his servant to come and help him take out the camel's saddle. The unwieldy, that is difficult to carry or handle due to size, shape, or weight, heavily saddled saddle being too difficult for the servant to manage on his own. Hidden under the saddle, the servant found a small velvet pouch, which on opening he discovered to be filled with precious jewels. The servant was overexcited. Master, you bought a camel, but see what came free along with it.
So Paul, what happened is that the servant was trying to remove the saddle, and under the saddle he found a pouch, and the pouch was having precious jewels.
Yes,
And he was so excited. Master, you bought the camel, but see what came free along with it. Yes?
yes, sir. It continues. The merchant was astonished as he looked at the jewels in his servant's palm. They were of extraordinary quality, sparkling and twinkling in the sunlight. I bought the camel, he said, not the jewels. I must return them to the camel seller immediately. The servant was aghast, that is, filled with horror or shock. His master was really foolish. Master, no one will know. But the merchant headed right back to the market and handed over the velvet pouch back to the camel seller.
And on the reaction of the servant when he said, "Okay, master, what came free with it?" He said, "I bought the camel, not the jewels. I must return to the camel seller immediately." For a moment, put yourself in the place of camel seller. If you are a camel seller and somebody has taken the camel and you have forgotten that you have put the jewels there under the saddle, how good you will feel when somebody comes to return to you. Yes, this is exactly what merchant did. He went back and he said, "Okay, here is your pouch." Now what happens next?
It continues. The camel seller was very happy. I had forgotten that I hid these jewels in the saddle for safekeeping. Here, choose one of the jewels for yourself as a reward. The merchant said, I paid a fair price for the camel and the camel only, so no thank you. I do not need any reward. But as much as the merchant refused, the camel seller insisted. Finally, the merchant said, sheepishly smiling, actually, when I decided to bring the pouch back to you, I already took two of the most precious jewels and kept them for myself.
So there is a twist in the story. Yes, Paul.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
First of all, the camel seller was telling that you must take at least one of the jewels as a reward of your honesty. Merchant was refusing. No, I paid a fair price for the camel and camel only. I do not require any reward. But the camel seller was insisting that you must keep at least one jewel. And then merchant said, "Actually, I decided to bring the pouch back to you. I already took two of the most precious jewels and kept them with me." Yes.
Yes, sir.
So what happened next?
It continues. At this confession, the camel seller was a bit flabbergasted, greatly surprised or astonished, and quickly emptied the pouch to count the jewels. However, he was very confused. All my jewels are here. What jewels did you keep?
So when the merchant said, "Okay, I have kept not one but two jewels," and the camel
Hmm.
seller was, flabbergasted. He was greatly surprised and astonished, and he counted the jewels, and he said, "Okay, all my jewels are here. What jewels did you keep?" He was very curious because his total count of the jewels were complete. Merchant replied,
The two most precious, said the merchant.
"All of you must be wondering what are those two most precious jewels." And the merchant said,
My integrity and my self-respect.
"I want you to
Nice.
repeat it again, Narayan sir."
It's the two most precious, said the merchant. My integrity and my self-respect.
He kept integrity and his own self respect,
Self-respect.
self esteem. Can we make any amount of precious jewels can pay for the integrity or self respect?
No, sir.
No. So these are the two jewels. These are the two fundamental values based on which all the ethical principles are laid down. इंटीग्रिटी एंड सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट। मैं अपनी नज़रों से नहीं गिरूं। I mean, how I look at myself, whatever the people may say, if I'm from my heart, from my soul, if I am pure, I that is my self-respect, that is my esteem. I should not fall in front of my own consciousness, my own eyes, and integrity. That is your inner voice inside you, my integrity. That doesn't allow you to, that is my own self principles of my own life, my own integrity, and my own self respect. And what is integrity, Narayan Sab? Kindly read it.
Uh, Integrity, it says, is choosing your thoughts and actions based on values rather than personal gain.
Integrity is choosing your thoughts because your thoughts govern your action. So, choosing your thoughts and actions based on values rather than personal gain. That is the integrity. And what is self respect, Narayan Sab?
It says, self respect. If you don't have it, the world will walk all over you.
And who likes to have the world walk over him or her? Nobody.
No one, sir.
Nobody wants to do that. That is your self-respect. My how I gauge myself. Thank you so much, Mr. Paul. Thank you so much. You are such a good storyteller.
Thank you, sir.
A big round of applause to Mr. Narayan Paul. And my dear friends, if you we have to explain the concept of integrity to a young child, Roger Jenkins explained it. The ability, integrity is the ability to do the right thing. द एबिलिटी टू डू द राइट थिंग, जो ठीक है, जो उचित है, वो करने की आपके अंदर एबिलिटी है, जो ठीक है, द एबिलिटी टू डू द राइट थिंग और चूजिंग टू डू द राइट थिंग when you could get away with doing the wrong thing. वो मर्चेंट यदि if the that merchant, if he had kept that pouch of jewels with him, nobody would come to know about it. He could have get away with that pouch, but he chose to give it back to the camel seller. I hope all of you understand this concept of uh, integrity. It's very simple. I can do so many things without letting anyone know about it. But my own consciousness, my own self, my own soul is watching. God, who is omnipresent, is watching. That is your soul. That is your own consciousness. And if you can listen to that and act accordingly, your behavior and act is accordingly, then that is your integrity. And I hope that you will be able to appreciate this story. This story will remain with all of you. Thank you so much, my dear friends, for listening to this story narrated by my friend Narayan Paul from a college in Northeast. I would like to show you a small video. If you all permit, may I show you a small video? Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This small video is based on this small plot. The plot of the video is here. Here also you will find, I'm talking about ethics and values. After this, we will do an exercise. Okay? And then we will come down to the presentations. Mm, can you all read this plot of the video? I will like to give you 1 minute time, 2 minutes time to read this plot. अपने अपने मन में पढ़ लीजिए इसको. You can read it in your heart. What happened? Yes, have you read it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Have you understood what happened? Because the video is of few seconds only. I'll show you the video. What happened is in 2003, and there are so many other cases which I am having with me. 2003, in a game of football, Denmark and Iran were playing together. An Iranian player mistook a whistle from the crowd. Somebody from the crowd made a whistle as we cheer up, and the Iranian player thought that this whistle is from the referee, from the umpire, and that whistle is for the halftime signal. So he picked up. He said, "Okay, it is a interval," and he picked up the football in and but it was not a whistle from the referee, but it was from the somebody from the crowd, and he was standing in the penalty area. जो D होती है, that D nowadays it is a rectangular. In our times, it used to be a a chord, like chord of a circle. Penalty. He was in the penalty area. So when somebody holds the ball in the penalty area with hands, that is given a he. The other team is given a penalty stroke. The referee gave Denmark a penalty kick. Penalty kick is like a golden chance. If you have to make a goal, you have to cross 10 players, you have to beat the 10 players and then make a goal. But in case of penalty stroke, it is stayed 1-1. One person is making a kick, the other person is goalkeeper is trying to save the kick. So it was a golden chance for Denmark. But Denmark player, they thought that we have not earned this penalty. It is not that we have earned this penalty. This is by a mistake that Iranian player has taken. So it is not very fair from on our part that we make use of this opportunity. This opportunity has come to us, but we have not earned this penalty stroke. So this man, uh, he goes to his coach. He takes the timeout and he goes to Morten Olsen, who was the coach. Morten Olsen and Morten Wehost. Morten Wehost was the player who goes to Morten Olsen to ask him, what should we do? And Morten Olsen tells this player, that you have to take the penalty stroke because referee has given. What you can do is you can deliberately, instead of making an attempt to make a goal, you can push the ball out of the poles. So you are not disobeying the referee. You have to follow the rules, but you are not making use of this penalty stroke in your advantage. You just put it in outside the penalty stroke. And remember, Denmark lost that match 1-0. And Wehost received more precious than the World Cup Olympic Committee Fair Play Award. From 2003, now it is now more than 10 years. I am narrating this story. In between, so many World Cups and Olympics must have happened, but this story is an outstanding example. This is many people must have won the World Cup, but the integrity with which the Denmark people played is an example. That is why we are sharing this story with all of you. Are you able to understand and appreciate? Ready for the watching the video now? Yes.
Yes, sir.
This is a very small video. Okay, you will see how what happens on the ground. Just watch it very carefully. Okay. I'll play from the beginning again. The Iranian players are protesting to the referee, but he doesn't listen to them. He said, okay, no, you have held the ball. And now this Denmark player is coming to the coach. The other coach is also standing nearby. He goes back. Both the coaches are together. and he pushed the ball outside the post. See in the slow motion. Yes, have you noticed? This is a Samirji. You want to say something? You have raised your hand.
Yes, sir. By
Yeah.
looking this video, I could remind two players in our cricketing history, that is Sunil Gavaskar and Sachin Tendulkar. For
Yes.
these two players, if they are out, they never wait for the umpire's signal. They immediately leave the
They
ground.
knew that they are
So,
out. Yes.
uh,
And this imagine they could have won, they could have made it equal, and they lost that match, but then they didn't want to make a unfair. It would have been unfair that they had made use of that opportunity which was not earned by them. And Samir Sahab, I normally, when I'm talking to Samir, I'm talking to all of you. I am myself, I'm a sports person. I was vice president of rowing. Rowing is my sport, right? Vice president of Rowing Federation of India and honorary secretary of Chandigarh Rowing Association myself. And I myself have played, number of times sport at all levels, from school level to college to university to inter university to state to the national level and international levels. That's why you can get the I'm a FISA license holder for being an umpire for the international sports, and I have been to many countries because of my umpiring career and my sports career. And believe me, my dear friends, uh, when I tell you this, if you want to buy a gold medal, a silver medal, and a bronze medal. There is a shop, there is a factory in Chandigarh. It is in industrial area phase two, prize land. Many times we in our institute also go there to buy the prize. I used to get medals for my players when I was organizing sports. Uh, at that time, it was costing about 650 rupees, all the three medals, one gold, one silver, and one bronze. And nowadays, it may be about 1,500 rupees or 2,000 rupees. Every one of you can afford that. Would you like to buy and put that medal in your drawing room to display that I have won a medal in Olympics? Who will do like to do that? And why wouldn't you do that? People will feel, you will feel very proud about it. That yes, and you will boast in front of the people that I have, this is my medal. Would anyone like to do that? Samir sir,
no, not at all, sir, because we have not earned it.
we have not
So,
earned
why?
it.
uh,
Our own consciousness, our own integrity, our own self-respect wouldn't allow us to do that. And this happens in every situation, my dear friends. If we that self-respect, if what if somebody comes to know that this medal which Pramod Singla has put in his drawing room is not earned by him? Somebody may believe, and some people, what if I am exposed, if I'm doing anything wrong and if I'm being exposed? That is your integrity, that is your self-respect. Everything boils down to that. Everything boils down to that. Okay. This is something which I wanted to share with all of you. Samirji, you want to say something again?
yes, sir, I would like to share and took 1 or 2 minutes from your session. If it is,
Sure, sir.
uh, as you already said, this topic is very close to my heart. Actually, I have been also working in these areas, human values in technical education, and being an engineering teacher. In very first lecture, always I share and I quote the examples of two persons. One is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and another is Osama bin Laden, the man behind the destruction of WTC. And I always tell my students, as far as intelligence are concerned, as far as technical knowledge are concerned, I think bin Laden was superior than Dr. Kalam. But where the things went wrong? So one used this intelligence for the betterment of the society,
Yes,
another one used for the destruction of society. So the most
exactly.
important thing is, in addition to technical soundness and technical knowledge, one must inculcate this human value aspect in their personality or overall profession, and it will be definitely reflected in your behavior and in your face also when you are honest to your profession. See, as a student also, we are experienced number of times, we never say to the teacher, but if teacher is not well prepared, it will be reflected immediately. So the human value part is very very important, being a whichever is the profession, and particularly in technical teaching learning, it is, I think, one should put on the top, and that is what graduate attributes tell. If you look at the Washington Accord, that graduate attributes, there are 12 or 13 attributes, but out of 13, only 5 are related to your technical skill and knowledge. Remaining 7 or 8 are related to that value aspects or affective domain of the human personality. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Samir Sab. I am really very, very happy. Our behavior, our conduct, and our act. Behavior, conduct, and act should be to the best of my consciousness, to the best of my understanding for the welfare of the society. And I am part of that society. When you are doing welfare, when we are thinking goodness, अभी समीर साहब ने बहुत important point कहा. Abdul Kalam ji, when he left the president home, you know what was his luggage? One or two boxes of books. That's all he took it from the president. When president home, when he left the राष्ट्रपति भवन से वो सिर्फ कुछ बक्से थे जिसमें कुछ किताबें थी उनकी. That's what he carried. That was the integrity of that person. And we have so many examples in our lives, in our everyday neighborhood, in our parents, in our sisters, brothers, neighborhood, our teachers, our students. So take those examples with you. And one of the important thing Samir Saab has mentioned is doing good to the others. That is another value. Another value which is very very important. Being compassionate, ready to help people who are under distress. I have a small video. If you all permit me, may I share that with all of you? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll share that small video with all of you once again, and then we'll go further. Okay, maybe one or two videos. अभी last session है ये इस program का, so I don't want to make it very boring, and you learn a lot from the stories and from the videos. So this video is in a different language, but then in this small, this is a Oscar-winning video. So watch it very carefully and read the captions. There is no dialogues in in this small video, but the captions, the subtitles are very important. So kindly read it. You will not understand what happened unless you will read it very thoroughly and watch it very carefully. So my request to all of you is watch this video and read the captions or the subtitles.
Because sometimes their self forget to even disregard sometimes emotional six events and the cause of
So, my dear friends, the real kindness, the real compassion, the real charity is when you are ready to give something which you yourself need the most and you are ready to part with it. That compassion, having the feeling of compassion in your heart, is a very important value which govern your ethical principles in the life. Yes. Nowadays, when the companies are hiring you, among the other day I was telling that I have interviewed so many HR heads and what are their requirements. One of the very important component, which the one of the very important traits that part of the personality of the person, the individuality of the person, the company is looking for is their ethics and values. Ethics and values. They give a lot of importance to it besides your communication, soft skills, and your technical skills required for the job. Uh, Thank you so much. Somebody has given comments on the Birla from the Birla Institute. Now let us do one exercise. मैं तो ऐसी बातें करता जाऊंगा, आप लोगों को पता नहीं कितनी समझ में आएगी कितनी नहीं, whether you're able to appreciate what I'm saying or no. Let us do a small exercise. All you are ready for that exercise, for all of you? Ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, friends, exercise is very simple. I am going to put all of you, whosoever is attending this program, from the remote center or individually from their mobile phones or their laptops or PCs. Now, I am going to put you in the position of employer. Suppose you are the employer. You go for the campus interviews. The situation is that you are the employer and you are looking for a candidate suitable for your requirements. And just now I said ethics and value is one of the very important things, and I'm going to prove that through this exercise with all of you. Now I am putting all of you in the position of employer, and nowadays we have working women at home. There was time when my mom was not working, my grandmother was not working in the offices or outside the home, but they were doing a lot of work in the home. But they were not going to the bank jobs or technical jobs or in the hospitals. So it was mainly the bed earner were the men. But nowadays we are having both men and women. In my times, when I did my degree in Thapar from 78 to 82, 1982, there were hardly 10 girls in all 4 years. Now there are more girls, more than 50% there are girls in the engineering college, and they are taking up that subjects like not only computer science, IT, but like electronics, civil, mechanical, hardcore engineering में भी बहुत सारी लड़कियां अब admission ले रही हैं. So in my home, for example, my wife is also was also working as a teacher in mathematics in one of the engineering colleges in here, and my daughter is also working. My daughter-in-law is also working. So we have now working women, and we all require a helping hand for the home. Yes or no? We require a helping hand. When both of you are working, you require a helping hand at the home. You require some kind of a maid, a part-time maid who will do the utensils, who will do the cleaning, who will wash your clothes, because the society is transforming and it is for good. So imagine you are searching for a maid, your employer, and you want to employ one part-time maid in your home. So I am offering two candidates in front of all of you. Candidate A, कैंडिडेट ए की क्वालिफिकेशन क्या है? शी इज पार्ट टाइम जॉब है. पार्ट टाइम वो सुबह आएगी, कुछ घंटा 2 घंटे 3 घंटे काम करेगी, चले जाएगी. पार्ट टाइम जॉब के लिए यू आर लुकिंग फॉर ए मेड. पार्ट द मेड ए कैंडिडेट, शी इज 7 out of 10 in her technical skills. 7 out of 10 in her technical skills. She washes the utensils, but sometimes you have to re-clean them. She washes the floor, she cleans the floor, but sometimes you have to do the dusting and certain things yourself. She washes the clothes, but sometimes your wife or you yourself have to clean the collars or the some portions of your clothes. So she is 7 out of 10 in her technical skills, but she is 10 out of 10 in her ethics and values. You can, when she is working, you don't have to supervise her. You can leave it to her. She will not pick up anything. She will not do any wrong thing. But उसकी technical skill कम है, but उसके ethics and values are very strong. And her communication, she rarely speaks anything. Communication में वो चुपचाप से आती है. She silently come, work and go back. So this is candidate A. 7 out of 10 in her technical skills, but 10 out of 10 in her ethics and values. You can even go to the market and come back. You will find everything is intact. You can trust her. She's trustworthy. So 10 out of 10 in her in her ethics and values, and also in the communication skills. Silent worker. Now I am giving you a B candidate. B candidate. She is 10 out of 10 in the technical skills. When she washes the utensils, you can see your face like a mirror in the utensils. When she cleans the floor, you can see your face in the tiles on the floor. Speck clean. And when she washes the clothes, your colleagues ask कि आपने अपने कपड़ा जो अपनी शर्ट पहनी हुई है, have you dry cleaned it? She is very good. 10 out of 10 in the technical skills. But my dear friends, this lady, she is not a thief. Believe me on this. She's this lady, the candidate B, is not a thief. But then she is habitual of taking away certain things. If you are not watching, she may take a spoon from your kitchen, yes, and put it in her bag. Or if something is lying in your bedroom, maybe a lipstick, maybe something is lying there. Sometimes, not always, sometimes she will pick up that thing and put it because she needs it. And she's of the habit. This is a habit, not a, she's not a thief. She picks up some things and put it. And while washing the clothes also, she will search your pocket. If something is there in your pocket, she will take it back. She'll take it in the bag. She is 7 out of 10 in her ethics and values. But she is 10 out of 10. Candidate B is 10 out of 10 in the technical skills. And another thing is, she tells you so many stories. She engages you while she is working. She will tell you कि आपके neighborhood में उस लड़की के साथ क्या हुआ, उस लड़के के साथ क्या हुआ, उसकी mother के साथ क्या हुआ. She is a walking radio. Believe me, when she is talking about the दूसरे की चुगली कर रही है, दूसरे की बातें आपको बता रही है, when she is telling stories about the others, believe me, your stories is also being told to the others with all the mirch masalas. This is her communication skills. But she is 10 out of 10 in the technical skills. Now, you have a choice. You have a choice. A candidate, 7 out of 10 in the technical skills and 10 out of 10 in the ethics, values, and communication. B candidate, 10 out of 10 in the technical skills, but then 6 or 7 in the ethics, values, and communication. Whom would you select? You can put it in your chat box. Candidate A or candidate B. Anita ji says candidate A. Doshi Dipali ji says candidate A. Shah Samir ji candidate A. Anybody going for candidate B? Nobody. I have done this exercise a number of times with my participants, my dear friends. You as an employer are giving more weightage to ethics and values of a person because you are not there to supervise. Why should you supervise? If you are there busy supervising somebody, the very purpose of hiring that person is also defeated. Why would you hire a maid if you are available all the time there? So, ethics and values. When the employers come to your campuses to see your students, when they do screening of through GD, through resume, first of all, resume, then series of GD, then technical test, and then final personal interviews, they try to see ethics and values. And if you, as a potential employer, अभी आप लोग सभी लोग एम्प्लॉयर की पोजीशन में थे, यू आर ऑल इन द पोजीशन ऑफ एम्प्लॉयर. फॉर ए पार्ट टाइम वर्कर, for a very meager salary, you are giving more emphasis to ethics and values. Imagine the companies which hire your students full time, giving them all the facilities and career, how much they will be giving weightage to the ethics and values. And I will reinforce it with one example again. The other day I gave you one example. On Wednesday, I was giving you example of my daughter. When my daughter joined Qualcomm in Bangalore, way back in 2017, she was member of a team, and Qualcomm was developing, I told you, the brain behind this equipment, this small gadget in your pockets. Almost 70 to 80% of the gadgets like this, where you require a microchip to work for all of you, and everything is now being computerized and digitized. And Qualcomm is one of the major suppliers to many companies who are manufacturing various gadgets, including driverless car. When she joined that company, she was given a laptop and she was given instructions that no external device has to be put on the laptop. External device means this pen drive or hard disk or any external thing. That is your official laptop, and you do not have to put anything. And you do not share any information related to your work with anyone, not even with your family members. This is your official email, which you don't have to share with anyone. Why? Because had she shared the secrets of the company with their competitors, or even with me, I am not their competitor, I would share as an example maybe to with all of you, or you may share with the competitors of Qualcomm. Now, what happens is the information, the research, the projects are so important, and they have to maintain the integrity that they are not passing on to the competitors, and the competitors were ready to pay her an amount which would be more than whatever she would have earned in 10 years. Am I right or wrong? यदि मैं अपना जो ट्रेड सीक्रेट है जिसके ऊपर मैं प्रोजेक्ट के ऊपर काम कर रहा हूं, if I pass it on to somebody else, there are people who are working on that also. The competitor, the 10%, 20% people are working on that because 90% is with Qualcomm and they are ready to pay. But the companies, while selecting that candidate from BITS Pilani, ensure that this candidate has integrity and self-respect. She will not do that. Even while she is not working there anymore now, even then she will not share that. The company want to look into that. Overnight, that company can be bankrupted if one of the employees share the trade secrets with the other people. Do you all agree with me how important the ethics and values are? Your communications? That is one reason, my dear friends, that and they do not want to have supervisors. And though they have put all the technical things in the system, because the moment you will through any email using the email of the Qualcomm, or you are putting any device in your laptop sitting in Bangalore, the company head in San Diego, USA will come to know that somebody has put the pen drive in the laptop. They had that kind of technology with them. Though they had all the checks, but still, we have people who can cross all those checks. There are ways, and they want to make sure that we do not require all those checks. The ethics, the values, the integrity of the person should be such that he or she is loyal to the company and company alone. I may have a lot of fights with my any family member, with my child, with my father, with my sister, with my brother, with my wife, but I will not like to speak ill about that to anyone outside. I am the family. I am member of that. If I'm speaking ill of them, I'm speaking ill of myself because I am a member of that family. If Qualcomm goes into hell, everyone in the company is going to the hell. Companies doors are shutting down, so you're also shut down. Doors are shut down for you also. I'm talking about the commercial angle, but more than the commercial angle, it is related to your moral values. I hope you are all understanding what I'm trying to say here.
Yes, sir.
So this is a very important topic, and nowadays we have universal human values courses, programs, and many things. Coming back to my slides now, I would like somebody to volunteer and read the slides for all of us. Who will like to take the journey with all of us? Sushma ma'am, would you like to do that?
Yes, sir.
Can you introduce yourself a little bit?
Myself, I'm Sushma from Babadla College of Pharmacy, sir, Andhra Pradesh.
Andhra Pradesh. Okay, very good. Sushma ji, you will take the journey with me for few slides. And
Okay,
when
sir.
I'm talking to Sushma ji, I'm talking to every one of you. Okay. And she has volunteered. A big round of applause for her. And she's from the pharmacy from Andhra Pradesh. Our rowing headquarters, ma'am, is in Hyderabad. I have done a lot of rowing in the Hussain Sagar Lake there.
Okay.
Okay, I have a lot of love and affection for that place. I visited that place a number of times to attend the meetings later on. So coming down to the ethics and values, as I mentioned that each and every image, each and every slide is very important. And the very title of the slide, ma'am, can you read inside the image what is written here?
Wrong is wrong, even if everyone is doing it. Right is right, even if no one is doing it.
I think this particular slide covers entire session. Wrong is wrong, even if everyone is doing it. And right is right, even if no one is doing it. I want now open the house for discussions on this slide itself. What do you understand by this? Can you share some examples? Anyone? Or Sushma ji, you would what do you understand by this?
Some when we talk about the ethics, no,
Yeah,
it will be fixed to one whether we are following or not. We ourselves will know that whether it is wrong or right. So if we are all of you them are doing also, if it is wrong, it's wrong for everyone. That's what I meant.
yeah. Can you give any example coming to your mind? Any incident, any example?
Yeah, we know that eating fast food, it's and junk foods, it's wrong. Even we love to eat it, so
Even
we'll be
everyone is
going with
eating
that.
it. Yeah. Sushma ji, you have given me two examples now, just now coming to my mind. One example is when I joined the studies at Thapar Institute, Patiala in 1978. This is a big concern for all the parents. This is a big concern for all the parents. And parents send their children to you. They are your student, but they are children to somebody else, parents, with a lot of trust, with a lot of expectations from the college, from the institute, and the institute is all of you. When I joined the institute, Thapar Institute, way back in 1978, उस समय की बात कर रहा हूँ, more than 40 years now. There were only 6 to 7 boys because there were not many girls in that at that time in the engineering colleges. 6 to 7 boys out of 180 boys. 180 was the batch. 60 civil engineering, 60 electrical, 60 mechanical engineering. And in our batch, first time electronics was introduced. So electrical batch was divided into 45 and 15. 45 electrical and 15 electronics. New branch was added. So 100 out of 180 students staying mostly in the hostels because there were no state reservations. Everybody, and there were only 3 engineering colleges in Chandigarh, Punjab. There were only 3 engineering colleges, and there was no reservation. So we had people coming from all over India, students. They only 6 to 7 boys used to drink and smoke due to ABC reason. I am not saying that it is bad or good, but only 6 to 7 boys. I think 6 to 7 boys, maybe 10 at the most, out of 180 students who were smoking or drinking. And when we were passing out, on the day of our passing out from the institute, I'm talking about now 1982, there were hardly 20 to 25 students who were not drinking and smoking. There was a big farewell party and everybody was drinking. I was feeling very bad about it. Today, put yourself, those who are parents sitting here, uh, think about it. When I sent my son to IIT Kanpur or sent my daughter to study in Pilani, 2006 and 2011. My daughter went in 2011 and my son went in 2006. I told them that whether you earn the degree, whether you score high or low, I will never worry too much about it. I will be concerned, but I will not worry too much. But maintain your integrity, maintain your self-esteem, maintain your, self-respect. Be among those who are maintaining, respecting, not doing anything wrong there, not doing anything wrong. Even if everyone is drinking, everyone is doing this, you be the one who will be the right thing. Whether you come without degree at home, but you should not develop the habit of drugs. And nowadays it is becoming a very big problem. Your son or your daughter, even in the girls' hostel, my daughter was telling me that, Dad, many girls drink in the hostel. They do smoking, they do all kinds of drugs and all everything. And it is the case not only in is case with almost everywhere. Put yourself in the position of a parent who has sent you have sent your son or a daughter in the engineering college, and they develop these habits, and they give you excuse that everyone does that. Is it acceptable, Sushma ji?
Sir,
Is it acceptable?
yes, sir.
You say, yeah, is it acceptable that if everyone is drinking and smoking and taking drugs, your son
No,
and
no,
daughter?
no, 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 not acceptable for that. What you told is the present generation are like that. For that, I accept it.
Yeah, present generation is so ethics and value is such an important thing. If you are given a good foundation to your children, to your students, they will never do into a wrong thing, even if everyone is doing it. Yes.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So another example is I am standing. This is happening in India everywhere. Everywhere I have traveled. From uh, uh, J and K, and nowadays it is UT, from Leh Ladakh to Kanyakumari, and from Bombay, Goa to Guwahati and Northeast. I have traveled everywhere. You go on any road, किसी भी city में, in any city, you go on any road, and if there is a red light, people are jumping the red light. Yes or no? It happens in Andhra
Yes,
Pradesh.
ma'am.
It happens everywhere. If there is no policeman there, if there is no supervisor, you will like to jump the red light. And if you jump the red light because everyone is doing it, does that mean that that light has changed into green? No, it has not changed into green. Someday you will not reach the destination. Someday you will fail somebody else not to reach the destination. Somebody is coming on a green light and you are on a red light. If you are jumping, you are making an accident. Either you will be hurt or somebody else will be hurt. Wrong is wrong even if everyone is doing it. Somebody has to take a stand. Many times it happens in Chandigarh where I am driving. I stand on the red light and there is no policeman and there is no traffic. The person coming from my back is honking. They give me horn that you drive. I said, no, I will not. Am I foolish? You may appear to be foolish, but you are maintaining your integrity, ethics, and values. It is not question of jumping the red light. It's a question of making those habits part of yourself. Am I making some sense here? Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Wrong is wrong, even if everyone is doing it. Right is right, even if everyone is. Even if everyone, if nobody is stopping at the red light, if I stop, that is the right thing to do. And you set an example. Okay. Sushma ji, can you read this slide, please?
Yes, sir. Ethics is knowing the difference between what you have a right to do and what is right to do.
How do you interpret it?
Right is what we have to do, sir.
Hmm.
And I'll get back. Ethics is knowing the difference between what you have to right to do and what is right to do.
Can you explain with the example? Anyone, Sushma ji or anybody else can explain this slide?
Yeah, ethics is what you have a right to do. That is what we have to do. And we know what to do, but even we don't stick on to that. So just we have to question ourselves what is to do, we have to do, and what we are doing right now.
Okay, thank you so much. And Samir Sahab, you have raised your hand. You want to explain?
Sir, I will give you very simple example of our own institute and I think it will be practiced everywhere. जैसे हम NITTR में पहले ऑफलाइन होती थी बिफोर कोविड ट्रेनिंग्स
Yes.
और में जब आते थे तो सबको डीए मिलता था.
Yes.
मान लो हम 3 बंदे इतनी कॉलेज से आए हैं और
Hmm.
रेलवे स्टेशन से इंस्टीट्यूट का जो ऑटो फेयर है रिक्शा फेयर, वो हम तीनों साथ में आए हैं, फिर भी हम क्लेम अलग अलग करते हैं. So we have a right to claim individually that auto fare from railway station to institute. But the right thing is, if we are going together, we have to distribute that. So we should not claim. A very
Yes.
simple example from real life incidents.
So thank you so much, sir. I have right to jump the red light and pay 500 rupees जुर्माना. मेरा राइट है, मेरा अधिकार है कि मैं जंप कर दूं और मैं जो जुर्माना है वो पे कर दूं. बट इज दैट राइट थिंग टू डू, समीर जी?
No, not at all.
ये ठीक नहीं है, उचित नहीं है. मैं जुर्माना दे के कर सकता हूँ, मैं कुछ भी गलत काम कर सकते हैं जिंदगी के अंदर, तो वो आपका अधिकार है, बट इट इज नॉट ए राइट थिंग. दोनों के स्पेलिंग सेम है, एक अधिकार के लिए है कि उचित के लिए है. वो आपका अधिकार है, वो आपके लिए उचित है कि नहीं. इफ यू अंडरस्टैंड द डिफरेंस बिटवीन के अधिकार तो है लेकिन ये उचित नहीं है. आई कैन अब्यूज समबडी, आई कैन बी रूड टू समबडी, ये मेरा अधिकार है, मेरे को स्पीच का अधिकार है, बट इट इज नॉट उचित.
That
Yes or
is why,
no?
sir, one wonderful word is there: responsible behavior or
Responsible
responsible.
behavior. आपके अंदर की कॉन्शियसनेस. एंड द गोल्डन रूल इज डू अनटू अदर्स विच यू वांट देम टू डू अनटू यू. आप चाहते हैं कि जब मेरी लाइट ग्रीन हो, एवरीवन शुड स्टॉप जिनकी लाइट रेड है, बट देन यू डोंट वांट टू डू दैट. आप तो रूड बोल सकते हैं, लेकिन दूसरा आपके ऊपर रूडली नहीं बात करे, उसका बिहेवियर नहीं है. आप तो कैमल सेलर, जो मर्चेंट है, वो तो अपना पाउच रख ले, लेकिन जिस दिन आपका पाउच घूमेगा तो somebody should be there to give you back that also. Yes or no, Sameer ji?
Yes, sir. Actually, sorry to say, I am muting myself frequently because there is construction work going on
I
besides my office.
understand. I'm listening to the sounds also, Sameer ji.
It will create disturbance for the whole class. So I will muting myself frequently.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Sushma ji, we go to the next slide now.
Yes, sir.
Kindly read this.
Right thing to do at the right time. There is no wrong time to do the right thing.
Is there any, we say कि ये इस समय मैं ये काम कर लेता हूँ, nobody is watching it and these circumstances are pressing me to do the wrong thing. There is no wrong time to do the right thing. Very important. We try to, हम अपनी consciousness से play करते हैं. We play with our own consciousness which tells us कि ये ठीक है, ये गलत है. And there is no wrong time to do a right thing. ये कोई भी time गलत नहीं है to do the right thing. It is never wrong to do the right thing. Mark Twain ने ये कहा. Okay, next slide, ma'am.
Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching.
Integrity is doing the right thing even when one is watching you. We studied that in that story also. There are three things in the heading of this slide. How should I choose my behavior, my conduct, and my act? मेरा लोगों के साथ बिहेवियर कैसा हो, मैं जनरली कैसे कंडक्ट करता हूं, एंड मेरे एक्शंस क्या हैं. हाउ शुड आई चूज माय बिहेवियर, कंडक्ट एंड एक्ट. नेक्स्ट फ्यू स्लाइड्स आर वे फॉर दिस, माय चूजिंग माय बिहेवियर, माय कंडक्ट एंड माय एक्शंस. इंटीग्रिटी is one of them. And the next one, ma'am.
Do what is right, not what is easy.
Sometimes it's very easy. It's very easy to jump the bus queue. We are all waiting in the queue. When the bus arrives, I can jump the queue and board the bus, or I may have to wait for maybe half an hour or 1 hour for the next bus to come in that. It is very easy. Do what is right, not what is easy. मेरे अंदर बहुत ताकत है, so I can do this. I have the power. I am the director of the institute. I am the professor in the class. I am and I am a father in the home. I am an elder brother. I am this. So it becomes very easy to use your powers, physical, mental, emotional, or professional. But Do what is right, not what is easy. Don't misuse your powers, your behavior, your conduct, and your act based on not what is easy, but what is right. And, ma'am,
Do what is right, not what is easy, nor what is popular.
popular thing is that everybody is taking drugs. It's very popular. Everyone is doing a wrong thing, so you also do a wrong thing. It's very easy. It is very tough when you are sitting five friends in a room, in a hostel room, and four of them they are indulging into certain acts. You are unpopular there. They are forcing you. They are trying to convince you it's okay, but then you say it is not okay. Your behavior, your conduct, and your act. Now this is, thank you so much, Sushma ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
This is a slide. Those of you who have taken this session with me previously also, this is the last slide, and then we'll watch one more video, and then we will close this session. This is the last slide. This slide is very, very, very close to my heart. It is nothing to do with any color system, any kind of religion or anything. We don't ask the religion of a person who is going to do operation in the surgery for me in the uh, PGI is a big hospital in Chandigarh. I don't ask कि उसने उसका कलर कैसा है, is he black or is he white, is he Hindu, Muslim or a Sikh. I want a good surgeon. So Swami Vivekananda gave certain truths. 2 plus 2 is 4 in every system, whether it is हिंदू है, चाहे वो सिख है, चाहे वो मुस्लिम है, चाहे वो क्रिश्चियन है. 2 plus 2 is 2 plus 2. बेसिक प्रिंसिपल है लाइफ के. So whatever source those principles come, Swami Vivekananda ji, he gave a principle, he gave a recipe for any nation to achieve prosperity and to achieve greatness. And those principles are applicable not only to the nation, but to any organization. If you apply this in your home, if you apply it in your college, if you apply anywhere in the streets, as a nation, everyone, if you apply these three basic principles he gave, you will be able to achieve greatness and prosperity. And who doesn't want to achieve greatness and prosperity? Is there anyone among you who doesn't want that my home should be prosperous? The institute where I am working should not be prosperous and should be great. If you're working in IIT, you feel proud about it. If you're working in IIM, feeling proud about it. If you're working in AIMS, you feel proud about it. If you're working in Tatas, you feel proud about it. So greatness and prosperity. Somebody in the street tells, so and so home in our street, they reverence के साथ, they speak about that your home in reverence. And prosperity, of course. And there are three ingredients. And he said, no nation can become great or achieve prosperity without its people developing a sense of three things. Number one, self-discipline. Number two, social responsibility. Number three, cooperative work attitude. If you develop these three things, you will achieve greatness and prosperity. And if you discount any one of these three, you will not be able to achieve greatness and prosperity. Self-discipline, social responsibility, cooperative work attitude. Cooperative work attitude means everyone has some strengths and some weaknesses. Cooperative work attitude means that you look into the strengths of individuals in the home, in the organization, in your college, and help them where he or she is weak. My elder brother is having so much of strength, I allow him to work in that area. And where he is weakness, I can support him there. cooperative work attitude. Self discipline means you are not required to supervise the maid. Self वो अपने आप से. Let me share one example with you before I close this slide. Okay, am I permitted to share one example with all of you? Yes, yes or no? Say yes or no. May I share that example?
Yes, sir.
विकास जी, थैंक यू सो मच. विकास जी, आप कहाँ से हैं?
नीलो खेड़ी से सर, सिलेबस वाली कमेटी में हूँ आपके साथ.
हाँ जी,
नीलो खेड़ी से सर.
नीलो खेड़ी से. विवेक जी, आपने मेरा सेशन करा हुआ पहले से?
यस सर, मैंने आपका मीटिंग भी की है सर. करिकुलम वाली कमेटी में भी था ना मैं आपके साथ.
अच्छा, कौन से डिपार्टमेंट में?
मैकेनिकल डिपार्टमेंट से सर.
ओके ओके, अभी अभी हमने उनके कोर्सेज रिवाइज करे हैं.
यस सर, यस सर.
ओके, सो सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन की बात करते हैं. यू नो, सम टाइम बैक, मे बी 2007 या 8, I went to Germany, Munich. I was in international empire, and I took my wife along with me. I paid for her fare and for the hotel expenses and जो भी उसका local खर्चा था. I said it is a good opportunity for us to go to Germany, and we spent about a week's time. The competitions were of 3 days, and we extended our stay. I'm talking about self-discipline here. I'm talking about 2007 and 8, somewhere in that time. And that was the World Cup for rowing championship. I was one of those 32 umpires from different countries. And, when we finished our regatta, that competition was over, we were looking for accommodation, and one German family in Munich offered us to stay with them. A German family. I was not known to them, they were not known to me. So I was doing some correspondence in one of the journals which I was following, and they agreed to give me an apartment. They had a studio apartment which was lying vacant, very close to their home only, in one of the streets in Germany. So we went there after we vacated the hotel, and we went to stay with that family in the studio apartment. And one day in the evening, they called us for the dinner. That German couple, they called me and my wife for the dinner also with them. Very kind people. Think about it. A foreign national, having not known to nowhere related to each other, and they offered not only accommodation, they offered us for the dinner also. I told them we will have dinner, but my wife doesn't take non-vegetarian, so you can make potatoes or anything, rice or anything, peanuts or anything. She will take, but I can take non-veg. So they made the dinner, and over the dining table, we were having a conversation. Naturally, they were asking certain thing about India. To the best of my knowledge, I was telling them, and I asked certain questions about Germany. My wife was curious to ask some things, and conversation was going on. And then the lady, the German lady, she was thinking that I am having some reservation about that country. And then she said, "Okay, Mr. Pramod, do you have some reservation? Do you want to ask any question which you are reluctant to ask?" I said, "Okay, yes. There is one question which has been bothering me for the last 7 days. Since the time I have landed in Munich, that I am observing certain thing, and I am reluctant to ask that question to anybody." She said, "Okay, you can ask that question." I said, "From the time we have landed at the airport, now this is the 7th time we have been roaming about, all over the city, Munich and its Alps, the mountains, Alps in Europe are very beautiful Alps. Like we have Himalayas in India. We have other mountains, but Himalayas are the biggest mountains in India, which also hosts Everest and many other things. Everest though goes into Nepal nowadays. Anyway, तो एल्प्स में हम घूमे और लोकल ट्रेन्स में, लोकल बसेस में, ट्रैम्स में, देयर आर सो मेनी मेमोरीज आई कैन शेयर विद यू, बट दिस कन्वर्सेशन वाज गोइंग ऑन. So I asked her that since now today is the 7th day, I have not seen any policeman or a policewoman, nor at the airport, nor on the roadsides, not near the railway stations. I was traveling in the metros there. They call is you know S-Bahn or U-Bahn, underground or over the ground trams. Nowhere I have not seen the local police here. She said, why do you require police? This was a question she asked me. Why do you require police? I said, if somebody jumps the red light. She asked me a question, why would anybody jump the red light? I was feeling ashamed of myself. Then I said, if somebody bangs into somebody in the mall, जहाँ पे थोड़े से लोग हैं, and somebody purposely put the shoulder. She said, why would anybody bang anybody else? Why? Then I said, if somebody jumps the queue, she was asking me questions for everything, for every situation I was giving her where the police is required. She used to ask me, why would anybody do it? I was feeling so ashamed. Germany is number one in every technology, may it be automobile, may it be highway, may it be anything. जो अभी यहाँ पे your instruments, you're assured of the long life and doing the things when it's made in Germany. My wife was telling me that the next machine which we are going to buy for washing the clothes will be Bosch. The first laptop my son bought was Toshiba. Not Toshiba. There was some German-made laptop he bought. In every area, they are number one. Greatness and achieve prosperity because they do not require police to police the people. They do not require supervise. They don't require rod. Rod किसको चाहिए? जानवर को चाहिए. We are civil people. We do not require the rod. I do not require challan to tell me that. I do not require biometric to tell me that I have to come in time here in the office. The train do not go late in Germany. They are so well disciplined. Are you understanding what I am trying to say here? Ethics and values, my dear friends. Ethics and values. And somewhere we are losing this ethics and values, and we are disintegrating our families. This is disturbing. This is a big disaster in which we are landing. I'll show you a small video which will tell you the values, the ethics, how important they are for integrating the families, our own homes, and how a small change in our attitude, habits can, save our families.
तुम समझते क्या हो? यहाँ पर मैं कोई तुम्हारी नौकरानी नहीं हूँ।
तो मैंने कब कहा कि तुम नौकरानी हो? मैंने कहा क्या?
लेकिन बिहेव तो तुम ऐसे ही करते हो ना जैसे कि मैं यहाँ पर तुम्हारी नौकरानी बैठी हुई हूँ।
अरे यार, मैंने सिर्फ इतना ही तो कहा कि भैया मेरी शर्ट प्रेस नहीं है। ये ऐसी तो कोई बात नहीं होगी ना जिसका तुमने बात का बतंगड़ बना दिया।
मैं कोई जादूगर नहीं बैठी कि तुमने सारे बोला कि ये काम कर दो वो काम कर दो और सारे काम हो जाएंगे।
तो मैंने कब कहा कि तुम जादूगर हो? मैंने ऐसा कहा?
बोलने की जरूरत नहीं होती है ना, तुम्हारी हरकतें बता देती हैं। अनु ये कर दो, अनु वो कर दो, मेरा खाना बना क्या, मेरे कपड़े हुए क्या। अरे मैं कोई रोबोट नहीं हूँ।
ऐसा है, मेरा दिमाग खराब करने की जरूरत नहीं, मुझे अभी ऑफिस जाना है। ठीक है, शांति से ऑफिस जाना चाहता हूँ।
हाँ, तुम शांति से ऑफिस जाओ, घर का माहौल अशांत करके तुम शांति से ऑफिस जाओ और मेरा मूड कैसा भी रहे।
अरे तू पागल वागल हो गई है क्या? हाँ, तब से बोले जा रही तेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा। मुझे ऑफिस जाना, शांति से जाना चाहता हूँ। चुप नहीं हो सकती तू?
कैसे चढ़ के आ रहे हो ना मेरे ऊपर। तुम मारोगे मुझे? तुम मारोगे? मारो ना, मारो मुझे। तो
मेरे को ना बेफजूल प्रोवोक करने की कोशिश मत कर, मेरा हाथ उठ जाएगा तुझ पर।
हाथ क्यों उठ जाएगा? तुम्हारा हाथ तो उठ गया। मारो मुझे, मारो मुझे, मारो। मम्मी। बेटा बेटा क्या हुआ है? हाँ
मम्मी मुझे याद नहीं रहता मम्मी, मैं अभी आ रही हूँ।
अरे बेटा पर हुआ क्या है? कम से कम एक बार हमको बताओ तो सही। तुम
बस बात हुआ मम्मी, अब नहीं रह सकती मैं यहाँ पर।
क्या हुआ?
इसने हाथ उठाया मुझ पर।
किसने?
राहुल ने।
बेटा तुम एक काम करो, तुम सीधे अपना सामान बांधो और चुपचाप घर चली आओ। तुमको 1 मिनट भी वहां रुकने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, सुन रहे हो ना तुम?
अरे हुआ क्या, मुझे बताओगे जरा?
दामाद जी ने हमारी बेटी के ऊपर हाथ उठाया। कल को तो वो मेरी बेटी को जान से मार डालेगा।
अरे 1 मिनट रुको यार, तुम मुझे फोन दो जरा। हाँ बेटा, क्या क्या हुआ?
राहुल ने हाथ उठाया मुझ पर पापा।
हाथ उठाया मतलब मारा?
नहीं, लेकिन हाथ उठाया मेरे ऊपर।
मतलब मारा नहीं?
नहीं, लेकिन शाम को तो आकर मार सकता है ना मुझे वो
गुस्से में था?
हाँ बहुत।
बेटा तुम तो शांत थी ना, तुम तो गुस्से में नहीं थी ना?
नहीं, मैंने भी गुस्से में बहुत सुनाया।
तो अब क्या चाहती हो?
मुझे नहीं रहना पापा, मैं घर आ रही हूँ।
ठीक है बेटा, घर आ जाओ, लेकिन दोबारा जाओगी तो नहीं?
नहीं।
हाँ तो बेटा आ जाओ, तुम्हारा तलाक करवा देते हैं उससे। लेकिन तुम श्योर हो ना कि दोबारा जिससे शादी होगी वो तुम पर गुस्सा नहीं करेगा और तुम उससे गुस्सा नहीं करोगी, तुम दोनों के बीच में झगड़े नहीं होंगे? अगर तुम श्योर हो तो आ जाओ, और अगर श्योर नहीं हो तो फिर वहाँ रहो, उससे बात करो जब वो आएगा, ठीक है? आराम से बैठकर मामला सुलझाओ, जैसे तुम्हारी मम्मी और हम बैठकर सुलझाते हैं। भाई झगड़े किसके बीच में नहीं होते? तुम्हारे भाई के बीच में भी हुए हैं, तुम्हारे और मेरे बीच में भी हुए हैं, तुम्हारी और तुम्हारी माँ के बीच में भी हुए हैं। कई बार तुम्हारी माँ ने तुम पर हाथ भी उठाया है, और कई बार ना सिर्फ हाथ उठाया है बल्कि मारा भी है। क्या तब भी तुम घर छोड़कर चली गई थी? बोलो।
नहीं।
तो फिर अब क्यों वो घर छोड़कर आना चाहती हो? भाई उस घर को भी वैसे ही अपना मानो जैसे तुम इस घर को अपना मानती थी, जैसे तुम हमें अपना मानती थी, ठीक है? शाम को जब वो आएगा तो उससे प्यार से बात करना, जैसे हमसे करती थी लड़ने के बाद, ठीक है?
क्या हुआ?
फोन काट दिया लगता है।
हाँ तो ऐसे कौन बोलता है अपनी बेटी को?
अरे भाई आज हम जिंदा हैं तो वो लड़के आ जाएगी यहाँ, कल जब हम जिंदा नहीं रहेंगे तो फिर कहाँ जाएगी? मैं नहीं चाहता कि ऐसे ही वो अपने हालातों से भागती रहे। याद है बचपन में एक बार जब वो गिर गई थी, रो रही थी, और जब मैं उसको उठाने जा रहा था तो तुमने क्या कहा था?
यही कहा था कि उठाना मत उसको। अगर आज तुमने उठा दिया उसे तो वो हर बार गिरने के बाद रोएगी और ये इंतजार करेगी कि कब तुम आकर उसे उठाओगे।
फिर क्या हुआ था?
फिर क्या हुआ था? फिर थोड़ी देर बाद रोने के बाद जब उसे लगा कि तुम नहीं आओगे तो वो खुद ब खुद उठ गई थी।
क्या उसके बाद जिंदगी में जब वो दोबारा गिरी, रोई, उसने मेरे आने का इंतजार किया?
नहीं किया, बल्कि हर बार खुद ब खुद उठ जाती थी।
हाँ तो बस जो तुमने उसके बचपने में किया आज वही मैं कर रहा हूँ।
आज जल्दी आ गए ऑफिस से?
हाँ एक्चुअली ऑफिस में कोई बहुत ज़्यादा काम था नहीं तो इसलिए।
पानी लेकर आऊं?
नहीं कोई बात नहीं, सॉरी मैं सुबह थोड़ा ज़्यादा ही हाइपर हो गया था।
सॉरी, मैं भी गुस्से में कुछ ज़्यादा ही बोल गई थी।
एक्चुअली मुझे समझना चाहिए कि तुम दिन भर इतना काम करती हो तो।
मुझे भी समझना चाहिए कि तुम भी बाहर रहते हो, इतनी सारी परेशानियां होती होंगी।
आगे से तुमको शिकायत का मौका नहीं दूंगा।
तुम कहाँ शिकायत का मौका देते हो? मैं ही कभी कभी ओवर रिएक्ट कर देती हूँ, नहीं करना चाहिए मुझे।
चलो इसी बहाने कम से कम तुमको ये पता तो चला कि गलती किसकी तरफ से होती है।
मार अभी खाओगे कि खाना खाने के बाद खाओगे?
खाना खाने के बाद ही खा लूंगा।
वैसे बिना प्रेस की शर्ट अच्छी लग रही है तुम्हारे पर।
थैंक यू थैंक यू।
हाँ मम्मी। हाँ बेटा, दामाद जी आ गए क्या?
मम्मी जी नमस्ते।
खुश रहो बेटा, खुश रहो। बेटा सब नॉर्मल है ना? हाँ सब अच्छा है मम्मी। हाँ अच्छा ठीक है मम्मी, मैं अभी रखती हूँ। वो अभी अभी ऑफिस से आए ना तो इनके लिए थोड़ा चाय बना देती हूँ।
क्या हुआ?
कुछ नहीं, कह रही थी कि अभी अभी ऑफिस से आए और इन्हें चाय पिलाती हूँ।
देखा जरा से गुस्से में अगर पानी ना डाला जाए तो घर बर्बाद होते देर नहीं लगती। अरे पति पत्नी के बीच में तो वैसे भी नहीं पड़ना चाहिए, जहां आप बीच में पड़े बस वहीं से दूरियां बढ़ी। अरे आजकल के जो माँ बाप है ना, इनका बड़ा योगदान रहता है बच्चों के तलाक में। पति पत्नी है, लड़ेंगे नहीं तो समझेंगे नहीं, समझेंगे नहीं तो ये नहीं समझेंगे कि
जिंदगी में एडजस्ट करना कितना जरूरी होता है, घर के अंदर भी और घर के बाहर भी। वही तुम्हारी पुरानी बातें है ना?
मेरी इन्हीं पुरानी बातों की वजह से हम आज भी साथ हैं।
Friends, I like to close this session that harmony in the families, harmony in the workplaces, harmony in the streets, चाहे आप कहीं पे भी जा रहे हो, harmony between you and the fellow drivers, that is very important. जो मैंने अभी कहा कि आपकी जो वर्क सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन cooperative work attitude, and social responsibility. This is the social responsibility. And we do not require somebody else to tell me कि कहाँ पे मैं गलत हूँ, कहाँ पे मैं ठीक नहीं हूँ. My own consciousness inside me tells me that. Thank you so much, my dear friends. I hope you enjoyed the session. As I mentioned, we do this program for 1 week. There are so many things involved, but I try to cover the basics. Thank you so much.